The front lever is a skill that is surprisingly easy to learn once you know what actually matters. If you're struggling to hold yourself horizontally without sagging, it's rarely one thing. It's usually a few things that are missing from your training. In this video, I'll teach you how to fix the most common problems so that you can finally address what's holding you back from front lever mastery.
Problem 1. Having a general lack of back strength. If your back isn't strong enough, no amount of front lever technique is going to save you. Unless we've got our basic calisthenics up to scratch, anything that I teach you later on about front levers won't actually help unless you do this first. Horizontal pulling with inverted rows is the most overlooked movement. Everyone just spams pull-ups and they forget about rows, which is a big mistake. For the goal of front levers though, having a really good base with horizontal pulling is one of the best ways to fast track your progress. Interestingly, if we look at the front lever and look at an inverted row, these two exercises are actually more similar. They're both horizontal pulls, and the joint angles of the upper body with the back working are more related compared to pull-ups. Also, the inverted row is perfect for strengthening up your mid-back muscles. These are the ones that are responsible for retraction of the shoulder blades. This is a key action that you'll need your body to be good at for the purposes of doing front levers. Without this level of inverted row strength, it's going to show in your lack of work capacity when it comes to front lever holds and training. It's going to help you so much having this mid-back strength and scapular endurance into retraction and depression. Inverted rows are often mistaken as a beginner exercise, when in fact, they can be overloaded with extra weight. This keeps the exercise difficult forever, and you can continue challenging your mid-back and your scapula, and you can build up an even greater surplus of strength. Now, doing inverted rows themselves won't automatically make you unlock this skill, but it's a foundation and that your body gets built on so that when you do go into specific lever exercises, the learning curve, it's going to be so much quicker than if you're skipping the basics completely. My favorite calisthenics exercise that translates to front levers is called the L row. I'd consider this a great substitute for weighted inverted rows as a variation with the greatest carryover to front lever gains. This one builds up bent arm strength in your back and scaps in the horizontal plane of motion. This is a progression because now you're rowing the full weight of your body without your feet on the bench. You're essentially doing an advanced tuck with the legs extended. It's incredibly humbling how hard these are to do with that full range of motion, elbows straight at the bottom, and trying to pull until your elbows meet the sides. Form-wise, make sure that you're keeping the body horizontal during this exercise because it's really tempting when you get tired to try and crunch the body. The challenge of bodyweight training is keeping yourself accountable when it comes to technique. Just stop your set if your form starts turning to trash. Or if you can't keep your technique on point, go back to inverted rows and build up your strength first. Now, to ensure that your back has well-rounded strength for the front lever, just get your weighted pull-up numbers up. I've coached many people over the years who can do pull-ups with 2 plates or more, who automatically hold a front lever the first time they try it without any direct training. That's what's interesting about the front lever. If you have general back strength, it can be a shortcut to unlocking the skill. The same can't be said for planche. It's rare to see someone doing dips with a few plates automatically full planche without training it. Not sure why that's the case for pulling movements compared to pushing. Food for thought. Basically, the heavier that you can pull for sets of 5, the stronger you'll become and the easier your front lever journey will be. It's all about building up your absolute strength with lifting more added weight on your pull-ups. This way, when you go to do front levers, where it's just handling your own body weight, there's a greater degree of mastery that's present. I'd recommend training your weighted pull-ups with a pronated grip, shoulder width apart. Basically, using the same setup that you would in a front lever for the greatest transfer. Now that you understand the importance of basics, and you're not going to skip them, I hope, let's focus on the front lever. Problem 2, skipping progressions. Skipping progressions is one of the biggest reasons that people stall or get injured in calisthenics. I'm talking doing full front lever attempts that you can't even hold, being impatient wanting to unlock everything right now. People just can't delay gratification and work on regressions, and it's something that I wish you do. You see, front levers are all about leverage. Everyone should start in a tuck, and as you get stronger, gradually extend the body all the way towards that full front lever. The most common mistake is A, not using the correct progression for your level, and B, making big jumps between progressions. People rush to do the full front lever because they want to show off on social media. But here's the reality. Regular training is much more slow. It's about using a regression that you can actually do and one that's going to build your body. You wouldn't go in the gym and lift your 1RM on an exercise every time you go in. I hope at least. Don't treat calisthenics with this same mentality either. You got to use your workouts to train, not test. The smartest approach is choosing a front lever progression that you can hold for around 10 to 20 second sets. Doing your front levers for this long is the equivalent of doing 5 to 10 reps on a full range of motion movement. This is a great heuristic that you can use when you're confused about how long to hold an exercise. Just divide the isometric number by 2 and you've got a rough intensity to work with. I wouldn't recommend doing holds of less than 5 seconds for regular training. This intensity, it's so high that it's going to be difficult to use the correct activation. Besides, if you just stick with the 10 to 20 second hold range, you're able to accumulate more volume. You've got more time under effort, and this leads to more rapid learning and faster front lever gains. Bands. You got to use bands for front levers because it gives you a huge advantage. If you're not making use of this tool in calisthenics, it's a big mistake. A common problem that people have is they can do an advanced tuck front lever for 20 seconds, but a straddle front lever fails after say 3 seconds. Bands, they're your best friend for bridging the gap between progressions. It allows you to do more on the advanced position at that longer lever while keeping the intensity possible to do those productive holds of at least 10 seconds. You don't need to train the hardest front lever progression that you can hold every single time. That's a big misconception. That mindset usually comes from insecurity. It's a fear that you're going to lose all of your gains because you're not pushing 100% every session. I've been able to maintain my full front lever for long periods by just doing regressions like straddle front levers or even just advanced tuck holds. This shouldn't be a shock because you're still working the same movement pattern just under more manageable load and easier conditions. In many cases, activation in the movement is usually better because it's controlled rather than being forced at a max intensity. What matters most at the end of the day, consistency. Some days you're going to feel weaker, and that's normal. So give yourself permission to use easier front lever positions or train with bands when you need them. Taking a step back with intensity within a workout or even for a few weeks often leads to better long-term progress, less burnout, and more enjoyment in the process. Problem: poor scapular depression activation. For many people, the scapula is the missing link that's preventing them from holding a clean front lever. You can have decent back strength and follow the right progressions, but if you can't actively set and maintain scapular retraction and depression, you'll never reach your full potential. In calisthenics skills, failure isn't always due to a lack of strength. So how do we address it? Use activations. These are low fatigue drills that switch on the exact muscles and positions that a skill requires. It uses low to moderate intensity to wake up your nervous system and muscles. It targets specific joint actions, in this case, straight arms and scapular movement. An activation improves your motor control and awareness of where your body is in space so you can feel the position before doing it in your training. Most importantly, activations reduce force leakage during the main skill. This is where you're losing out on strength when you're trying to express it in the position. When you combine proper scapular accessory work with your bodyweight basics and isometric holds, front lever mastery becomes a breeze. The scapular pull, it's your bread and butter activation exercise. This is all about depressing and retracting the shoulders with straight arms. You're trying to elevate your shoulders in the stretch and then contract them down into depression like a pullover. It's not about feeling the burn or building muscle. This is all about control. If you can smoothly move through this small but important range without shaking, it's teaching your body how to access the lats and shoulder stability that we need for the front lever. The horizontal scapular pull is a personal favorite. The same scapular action, but now we're in a horizontal position, which carries over better to the front lever. Just focus on clean retraction and depression. No bending the arms, not even a little bit. 1 or 2 short sets here is more than enough to prime your mid-back before front lever training, and you'll really feel the difference. Learning the front lever isn't about shortcuts. It's a strength skill that's earned through getting damn good at your bodyweight basics, progressions, and working on your weak links to unlock your full potential. All right, fellas, I want you to get even stronger at calisthenics. Watch this next video. I'm just here to help you. No drama, just straight up FAQs, education, wisdom, and trying to give you the best gains possible. That's it, man. Just some wholesome content. No rage bait here, just fun facts.